How government classified information shapes diplomatic relations and transparency issues. Explore the impact of government information secrecy on diplomacy and public trust, plus a gripping thriller that brings these themes to life. Why governments keep secrets and what that means for diplomacy. Hey, have you ever thought about why governments keep some things under wraps? Like when you hear about government classified information or government secret policies, it's not just about spies or James Bond stuff. There's a whole world of government information secrecy that impacts how countries interact and function. And honestly, it's pretty fascinating, and sometimes kind of frustrating once you start paying attention. So picture this. Governments operate in what seems like a constant balancing act between safeguarding information for national security and being open enough to maintain trust with their own people and with other countries. This is where government confidentiality steps in. It's essential for protecting sensitive info, like defense plans, intelligence reports, or strategy formulations. But it also creates a fog that can make diplomatic relations kind of tricky. Take diplomatic affairs, for example. When two countries are in talks behind closed doors, there's a lot of back and forth that the public usually doesn't see. Often, governments keep some documents secret, sometimes for decades, to avoid revealing their full hand or to protect sources and methods. So this government document secrecy isn't just bureaucratic red tape. It's a strategic move that affects how countries trust or suspect each other in delicate negotiations. But then, this secrecy can fuel suspicion too. When the government's not telling you everything, people start wondering what they might be hiding. Think about government transparency issues, which have become a huge topic these days, especially with all the debates on privacy, surveillance, and whistleblower cases. People want to know their government is honest and accountable, but governments argue that too much openness could compromise national interests. This tension also shapes the stories we hear, or don't hear, in the news. The public gets the filtered version of events, while much of the real political chess game remains behind the scenes. It's like only seeing half the movie. And in this gray zone is where fictional works like Hush, a psychological thriller of alien manipulation and deep state deceit, really resonate. It captures how government secrets and shadowy dealings can shape reality, or at least our perception of it. If you're intrigued by the idea of hidden agendas and secret policies influencing global events, you should definitely check it out. You can buy now an ebook, print, or audio to get the full experience. Back to diplomacy. Sometimes government secrecy is what keeps certain relationships stable. Imagine if every negotiation detail was public. Leaks could inflame tensions, cause political scandals, or destabilize allies. Governments often rely on government secret policies to maneuver without interference. And while this might sound shady, in many cases, it's how complex global politics stay somewhat functional. Still, the challenge is that without transparency, misinformation or conspiracy theories can step in to fill the gaps. It's like a playground for speculation. People might assume the worst when they learn about government classified information having been concealed. So, governments face the tough task of protecting what must remain confidential, while also trying not to alienate their own citizens or international partners. To sum up, government information secrecy and diplomatic relations are tightly intertwined. Secrecy protects critical interests and helps manage fragile alliances, but it also creates serious transparency issues that impact public trust worldwide. It's a complicated dance, and one that rarely gets a simple answer. If you ever want a mix of thriller and reality check about these covert webs, definitely check out Hush, a psychological thriller of alien manipulation and deep state deceit. It's a gripping reminder that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, and that government transparency issues are way more than just boring policy talk. All right, next time you hear about leaks or secret documents being revealed, maybe you'll have a bit more context on why governments keep things classified and what it means for the way countries deal with one another. And who knows, next time you pick up a thriller, you might catch some real-world inspiration in the story.